Hello everybody and welcome to race number 35 of Season 5 NNSCRA Walmart Cup Series, as well as the 9th race, which is the race before the season finale of the Chase for the Championship here in Season 5. Hi, I'm Levi McIntyre, aka Thrash Maniac 99, the voice of NNSCRA Walmart Cup Series, here to welcome you to the Banquet 400 at Kansas Speedway. We are going to be going 41 laps of racing at night here at Kansas, so this is going to be an exciting race for you here tonight. But with that said, let's go ahead and take a look at the official results of the race, not the official results, the official chase standings going into the race. So with that said, with the point standings, William Duncan leads by 9 points over Chris Washer. Third in points, a total of 14 points out, is Charles Sanford. Fourth, a total of 21 points out, is Dorian Facepuncher. Fifth, in a total of 26 points out, is our pole setter for the race, Preston Plord. Sixth in points, a total of 39 points out, is Matt McIntyre. And then the big bubble driver, as far as whether or not after this race he will make it into the battle next week as far as mathematical points goes, or be eliminated. Seventh, and a total of 48 points out, is Sonny Hammond. Eighth, a total of 65 points out, is a guy who desperately needs a good run and hopes that a couple guys ahead of him in points have a bad run so he can be in the battle for the championship next week at Armory Digital, and that's David Rivera. Ninth, a total of 76 points out, is Michael Norman. 10th, a total of 80 points out, is Joshua Collard. 11th, a total of 85 points out, is Jesse Setti. 12th, a total of 88 points out, is Jessica Sheldon. 13th, a total of 105 points out, is Danny Wells. And then 14th, a total of 146 points out, is Cole Daly. With that said, as you will now see on your screen, or have you already seen, the starting lineup, we're going to go ahead and take a look at those top 10 starting drivers. Preston Plord on the pole. Second, Matt McIntyre. Third, Dylan Thoreau. Fourth, James McLeod. Fifth, Mitchell Riggs. Sixth, Ian Dudda. Seventh, Charles Sanford. Eighth, David Rivera. Ninth, Kendall Maynard. 10th, Rue McIntyre. Pace car pulling into pit road, which means it's time to race. And here we go. Boogity, 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 let's go racing, boys and girls. Preston Plord off to a nice start. Matt McIntyre didn't get going very well, and he's going to fall back a couple spots. Dylan Thoreau into second, and he actually is maybe thinking about trying to go to the lead. And yes, since Dylan Thoreau's only Walmart Cup Series win, he's had a long drought since that point. And there he is down low, didn't lead that lap, just missed it by about bumper. So Preston Plord has led lap number 1. And whoa, PJ Williams getting down on the apron and got swirly right there. As we are looking around, and there you see William Duncan. He's way in the back of the pack right now. The guys to keep an eye out on is David Rivera, who is right there. Last scored in 11th. If he can get a good run and hopes that William Duncan and a couple cars up there in points have bad runs and he finishes well, Rivera could mathematically still be in the hunt heading into the finale at Armory Digital. Then the next guy we're going to keep an eye out on, right there in that 17 car of Sonny Hammond, as he needs to gain a few spots on William Duncan and hopes that guys ahead of him do just alright, and Hammond does well and finishes ahead a couple spots over William Duncan. Sonny Hammond would mathematically be in contention for the title next week at Armory Digital. Meanwhile, we're looking around the field to see what all is going down. Jacko Knight looks like he's going into the 10th spot. Back up the front, it is Dylan Thoreau in the lead with a nice gap between himself and Preston Plord. Rue McIntyre, who started 10th, he's already up to 3rd, just only 5 laps into this thing. And now he's thinking about going for 2nd. Man, that 28 car seems to be on fire right now as far as speed goes. He is a fast machine. Let's see the lap times here. Yeah, he is fast. He ran a 26.972, the only car so far in the race to do that, to be in the 26s where everybody else is in the 27s. Margin this time, Rue was only 6/10 back. Now he's almost a little over 5/10 back. We'll see how the 28 car can run by his lonesome in order to catch the 11 car. Chase Oliver, or actually no, James McLeod had another fast lap and a little bit faster than Rue McIntyre's. He ran at 26.969. Interesting right there. Rue McIntyre gained a 10th that last lap on the 11, so the 28 is pretty much coming quick. Back here, battle for 3rd. Kendall Maynor going underneath Preston Plord. And Preston Plord currently is the highest of the chasers, but that could change because here comes Charles Sanford down low potentially. Well, he couldn't get there quick enough without getting into the 42. As long as both the 42 and the 07 run well, same with the 8 car of Matt McIntyre, as long as they run well, they're going to be in title contention in the battle for next week at Armory Digital. There's James McLeod, who's in 6th at the moment, having a good night so far. There's Dorian Facepuncher. He's going to be another potential safe bet to be in the title hunt unless something were to happen to him. But right now he's running in the top 10. David Rivera falling back. That is not what he's hoping for. He needs to get up to the front and lead a bunch and potentially maybe get a win or at least a top 5, and he could be in the title hunt for next week. Chris Washer is a guy who's definitely going to be in the hunt. Same with the points leader William Duncan, even though he's back here, way back here. Last time scored in 37th, so the points leader not having that good of a run going so far. Meanwhile, there's a ton of battles going on up here for 3rd. Meanwhile, Rue McIntyre still working on trying to get to the 11 car. He's been going back and forth as far as losing ground or gaining ground on the 11 car. So right now, Dylan Thoreau has led all but I believe 1 lap in this race in that 11 car. So right now you got 2 Gibbs cars running in the top 10 with Thoreau and Maynor. Let's see where the 3rd guy, Tim Smith, is running. Oh, he's way back here in 38th. Last time scored. And these, in counting with Rockingham, UK, and Talladega this week, and Armory Digital, those are the only races Tim Smith will be running in Walmart Cup Series, at least for now. We may see him again and maybe in Season 7 or so. Who knows, because he didn't get a ride for Season 6. He offered to step into this ride when Daniel Day was removed from his privileges of this ride. But Tim Smith not having a very good run here tonight, that's for sure. There's actually damage on Joshua Michaels' car on the right side. I don't know if he got up into the wall or what. I noticed PJ Williams is back here, and I saw him get wobbly. Oh, they may be getting into the wall a little bit. That might be why. So, meanwhile, back up the front, Thoreau still leads, but the 28's still on his way to try to get to that point. Meanwhile, Preston Plord hangs on in third. He's the highest of the chasers, then Matt McIntyre. And then, as far as the chasers for the season, Danny Wells is up here, but he's an eliminated contender. Then you got Michael Norman, who is also a guy who's hoping to get a good run and hope that a couple guys ahead of him have bad runs too, and he may still have a shot, excuse me, at getting mathematically in contention for the finale at Armory Digital. There's Sanford. Then for chasers, there's Jesse Setti, Dorian Face Puncher, Sheldon Rivera, Collard, Washer, Hammond, who's right now really outbeating William Duncan, but he needs to have a couple guys ahead of him in the point standings to have bad runs in themselves so he can be sure to get in mathematical contention next week. Thoreau still leads. Rue McIntyre, it's like he's just not able to close the gap too much. Although this could be strategy to save the best he has for towards the end if we have a long green, this long green flag run continues and after pit stops conclude. Because remember, oh yeah, like I was going to say, because remember, pit strategy is always huge at tracks like this, because you never know who stays out at what times, depending on a scenario involving the certain tracks. Right now, Rue McIntyre's starting to close in quite a lot. Only a little over 2/10 behind Dylan Thoreau that last time. He's trying his damnedest to get to that 11 car. Because I tell you, this win would be huge for Rue McIntyre if he can get up there. And you may experience a game freeze for a second. Now we're back. I was taking a look lower on the point standings. Yeah, Rue McIntyre, he has not had a top 10 finish since Rockingham, UK in the second race of the season. That was when he was actually on a little bit of a hot streak at the time in the beginning of the season. He finished in the top 5 in both the Daytona 500 and the week later at Rockingham, UK, but ever since, he has not had a good run since. Right now is his best run going since those races. Rue McIntyre runs second. He's trying to get by Dylan Thoreau for the top spot in points, or not in points, in the race for the lead. So we're going to see what's going to happen here. Meanwhile, these two are 3 seconds ahead of this battle going on in third, and that's Danny Wells who has that spot. Then Preston Plord, Ian Dutta coming his way up through the field. Then McLeod, McCrory, and McIntyre. And then this is the battle for 9th. Checo Knight, Michael Norman, Charles Sanford, Kendall Maynard, and Kyle Matthews. I'm surprised we have not had a caution come out this entire time here at Kansas. Back up at the front, keeping an eye out on these two cars. And wow, Rue McIntyre lost a ton of ground. Lost a little over, or a little less than 2/10 that last lap. I don't know if his tires are starting to wear out, or he's trying to conserve the tires. I'm not sure. But it's like, you see him gain up to the 11, but now we're seeing him lose ground to the 11. And the margin remains the same like it was last time by. Lap times kind of show they're both running very similar. They are the two fastest, two more faster cars at the moment. But then again, there could be cars in the back that are running faster lap times than the two up front. Meanwhile, it's 16 to go here at Kansas. Rue's starting to gain a little ground, but we've seen it before tonight. No matter how much ground he gains, he always seems to lose a little bit after a couple laps. It was 3.5 tenths last time. This time it is almost 4 tenths. So Thoreau is outbeating the 28 a little bit in terms of lap times. And actually, Ian Dutta ran faster than both of those cars. Margin now, it was nearly 4 tenths this time, about 4.5 tenths. But this race is really going to look like it may be coming down to the pit stops that are going to be coming, I would say, here in about 2 or 3 laps, I would guess, is when the pit stops are going to take place. This time by it was over half a second for Dylan Thoreau over Rue McIntyre. Man, Thoreau has just dominated this race, and he has clinched the most laps led bonus points for the race because he's led well over half of the race. And now the pit stops are beginning, and Thoreau is going down, but Rue McIntyre staying out. Quite a few cars are actually staying out, although there's one car already in, that's Joshua Michaels. So he was the first of the cars to go in pit. So the cars who stayed out for this were McIntyre, McLeod, Dutta, McCrory, Matthews, Norman, Plord, Gonzalez, Qualls, Lamas, Young, Tang, Collard, Daly, Rivera, Washer, Setti, Jackson, Hawkins, Thomas, Pollard, Cole, Dunham, Nichols, Duncan, Riggs, Balkan, and wow, almost got hit rear-ended by Sean Galligan. Then Oliver and Williams. Everybody else are in the pits or coming out of the pits. Cody Lamas, however, is going to be staying out again. This time to lead a lap. And now he's coming in. There's the 11 of Dylan Thoreau. Let's go up and try to find the 28 of Rue McIntyre, considering he was the first out of this giant group of cars to come in pit. Will he be able to get to the lead? Or stay up there? I don't know. It's maybe close, depending on where the 11 is. And there is the 11, and he's going to go by. And Thoreau is actually going to pull a little bit from the 28, so that's going to definitely give the 11 the big advantage. These guys behind him are going to have to hope for a caution to come out. Otherwise, Thoreau's pretty much going to have this race in the bag almost. Chase Oliver, who looks like he may be on the verge of going a lap down. He must have had a slow stop, it would seem. So anyways, let's take a look and see how the field looks after the pit stops have concluded. Dylan Thoreau is the leader. Second is Rue McIntyre. It looks like a lap down Austin Weiner. Third is Danny Wells. Lap down David Rivera. That is not what he was hoping for, because he's there. Fourth, Kyle Matthews. Fifth is Charles Sanford. Sixth, Jecko Knight. Seventh, Sonny Hammond. This is good news for him, because if he can stay up here, he's going to be in the battle for the title next week at Armory Digital. Eighth, Cody Lamas. Ninth, Anthony McCrory. 10th, Michael Norman. And this is a big hope for him to get into the battle as well. 11th is James McLeod. 12th is James Qualls. 13th, Ian Dutta. 14th, Jackie Tang. 15th is Dorian Facepuncher. 16th, Jesse Setti. 17th, Jessica Shelton. 18th, Kendall Maynor. 19th is now going to be Dylan Young. 20th is now going to be Charles Jackson. 21st, Cole Daly. Or wait a minute, is Daly? Yeah, he is 20th. Looks like Joshua Michaels a lap down. 21st looks like it's going to be Tim Smith. 22nd, Alex Hawkins. 23rd, Joshua Collard. 24th is going to be Matt McIntyre. 25th, Brandon Gonzalez. 26th is Chris Thomas, or last scored 27th actually. 28th, Seth Cole. 29th, Chris Washer. 30th, Preston Blord. 31st is William Duncan. 32nd, PJ Williams. 33rd is going to be Stephen Pollard III. 34th, Trent Dunham. 35th, Joshua Balkin. 36th is going to be Brandon Nichols, our last time 35th. 36th, Mitchell Riggs. 38th, or 37th, excuse me, Sean Galligan. 38th, Chase Oliver, but now is about to go a lap down courtesy of Dylan Thoreau, who has a 1.5 second lead. Well over that, over to 28. And then the cars that are lap down are Chase Oliver, Austin Weiner, David Rivera, Joshua Michaels, Trent Dunham. So Trent wasn't on the lead lap. He's actually one lap down. I think it's safe to say it looks like Dylan Thoreau is going to have this race in the bag because nobody's near him to battle for the lead, and if a caution would come out, the race would be over either way. So pretty much Dylan Thoreau has got this race won unless he was to wreck. But the only car close to him is Chase Oliver, but he's a little slower. And Thoreau is one of the fastest, if not the fastest car on track right now. One of them, at least. Chase Oliver trying to make a run for his money, try to get his lap back, as it's 1.5 laps to go here in this race. Chase Oliver's right there to his back bumper and is now going to come down low as the white flag is out for Dylan Thoreau in the 11 car. Over 2 seconds over the 28 of Rue McIntyre. Chase Oliver trying to get clear so he can stay on the lead lap. But either way, Dylan Thoreau is going to get the win as he's coming off turn 4 for the final time. Officially, Dylan Thoreau wins the Banquet 400 at Kansas Speedway. What a dominant performance from the 11 of Dylan Thoreau. He breaks his long winless streak and he gets his second career Walmart Cup Series win. Let's go ahead and take a look at the official results as they stand. Dylan Thoreau, who dominated this race, led every lap but one, which was the first lap, and he's going to come away with the victory and a great performance for that 11 team. Great job for the 11. Rue McIntyre gets his best finish since Rockingham, UK in the second race of the season, finishing second here at Kansas. Great run, well deserved for that 28 car. Danny Wells, solid finish in third, excuse me, too bad he's already eliminated from the title picture due to being over 100 points out going into the race. Jekko Knight, solid performance in fourth. It's been a while since we talked about him finishing up that high. And then Sonny Hammond, it was the highest of the contending chasers in the 5th spot, so he's definitely going to be in the battle for the title at Armory Digital next week. So that's going to be huge for that race. Charles Sanford, solid performance in 6th. Great run for him. And he's going to be in the title battle next week at Armory Digital. Kyle Matthews, solid 7th place finish. Anthony McCurry, great run of 8th. Michael Norman, 9th, solid run for him, but it's going to be very close to see if he's going to be mathematically in the championship battle. Well, you'll see him after the point standings show up. And then rounding out the top 10 with a solid 10th place run, Cody Lamas, great job for him. Rest of the top 20, James McLeod, Ian Dutta, Jessica Sheldon, Jesse Setti, Jackie Tang, Dorian Facepuncher, James Squalls, Charles Jackson, Dylan Young, Alex Hawkins, rest of the top 30, Joshua Collard, Matt McIntyre, Cole Daly, Tim Smith, Kendall Maynor, Chris Thomas, Brandon Gonzalez, Seth Cole, Preston Plord, Chris Washer, William Duncan, Stephen Pollard III, PJ Williams, Joshua Balkin, Brandon Nichols, Mitchell Riggs, Sean Galligan, and Chase Oliver. Everybody else is one lap down. They were Austin Weiner, David Rivera, who's unfortunately not going to be mathematically in the battle, Joshua Michaels, and Trent Dunham. That does it for our coverage today here at Kansas for the Banquet 400. We got one race to go, and it's Armory Digital Super Speedway, and that's going to be a monumental race for everybody. But until then, here are your results, rookie points, regular points, and the chase standings going into the finale. And this is Levi McIntyre signing off.